All right, let's get started. Tuesday, Thanksgiving week, November 24th. This market's nuts. I'm excited to talk about it. Let's get into our webinar. First, a disclosure. My name is Derrick Oldensmith. I'm an associated member of T3 Trading Group. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you in light of your own financial condition. Some of the positions I'm holding at this time, and the position disclosure doesn't show you how active I am, how actively I'm day trading a lot of these names, how I'm coming in and out of positions. There's a lot of opportunity out there right now in this market on both sides. I've got some longs on, I've got some shorts, different time frames. Quickly about me, I've been with T3 since 2011 as a licensed professional trader. I've actually been with the firm since 2010. I've been trading professionally since 2008. Here at T3 Trading Group, I've been here for over a decade now. I've mentored well over 100 professional traders. My group at this point is in excess of 50. It's a really strong group. Large differences in experience levels from some guys who've been doing this professionally for decades, all the way down to others who are entry-level, recent college graduates, just getting their career started. I love trading, I love markets. Sometimes this can be a stressful business, but it's an exciting business. Every day is different. My personal background, I'm a big martial artist. I used to fight professional kickboxing. I was a two-time world champion in 2 weight classes, WK world champion. I had 12-round professional kickboxing fights, full people from around the world. I'm going to be talking about markets today, first and foremost, like always. I'm going to be talking about T3 Trading Group, how you can become a professional trader like I have been for a decade now, or how you can potentially be involved with T3 with a retail trading account and some of the advantages that are offered there. If you have any questions about anything, you want to build a relationship, reach out. Here's my email address. Don't hesitate. All right, let's go to the charts. I'm excited. I'm really excited. The price action in this market is absolutely insane. It's absolutely nutty. There is opportunity to make money on both sides of the market. I mean, we're seeing some of these stocks give 100% moves in like a week. You could make your career for yourself in some of these stocks in literally a week if you're positioned for them properly. And potentially both sides of the market, right? So first of all, I got the S&P up here. The SPYs is an ETF that represents the S&P 500. We've been talking about how technically bullish this S&P 500 chart is looking. I was a little worried that the market got over its skis a little bit, went too far too fast on these. Now we have vaccine Mondays, right? The Pfizer vaccine day, we were just too extended. We had a healthy price correction. The Moderna vaccine day, we were too extended. The rest of that week, we had a healthy price and time correction back into the moving averages. I was actually looking for a little bit of a deeper pullback into this market. I really wanted to start building into longs. As we approached more like 350, it never even gave me that opportunity to start getting heavier in longs again. Because the price correction was shallow, then we time corrected for a couple days, and now today we're off to the races again. News is mixed, right? On the one hand, we have coronavirus exploding to levels that has never been seen before. On the other hand, the market seems to really like that the transition from Donald Trump to Joe Biden is happening smoothly. The market seems to really like that Joe Biden is electing Janet Yellen as Secretary of Treasury instead of Elizabeth Warren. There were some fears there about placing a tax on every single transaction that occurs in the marketplace. It could have potentially brought the market to a standstill. Now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we have this really strong mix. Oh, and obviously the vaccine, right? We have this really strong mix of bullish news and bearish news. The market's a forward-looking mechanism, and the technicals tell you what to do. And the technicals here have been continuously bullish. We're having another really strong day today. SPYs are up 1.5% right now as we're having this conversation. NASDAQ is up a percentage point. I think Dow just crossed 30,000 for the first time ever. And some of these stocks that I really want to highlight, the moves have been absolutely bonkers over the last few days. Last week, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we were talking about the NEO trade, right? The NEO flip from long to short here in the $52 area, and then flip back from short to long, back into the low 40s here. Just this morning, I exited that NEO swing again because the degree of extension that a lot of these stocks are giving is absolutely insane. NEO's not even the worst culprit. This NEO is a very real company out in China. Some of these other names, I don't even understand if they're actually real companies or not, but the price action in them has just been so insane. Another, Chinese electric car vehicle, this XPEV. We talked about these bullish daily patterns, these bullish setups. I didn't necessarily expect that the stock would go from 40 to 75 in 3 days. You've got these stocks that are doubling, tripling in 3 days, 5 days, 10 days. It's absolutely crazy what this XPEV has done. And you could have been long into this area on the break of this bullish pennant for this beautiful 3-day move. You just sit back, you let your winners ride for you, and you continue to get paid. And then coming into this morning, we were like, okay, these things just had the most insane moves. And it's not just XPEV, right? You can look at BLNK. I didn't come up. BLNK. BLNK, what was it up? 60% yesterday? Look at this move. 4 days ago, the thing's at $10. Yesterday, things at $35. It's just absolutely insane. What else is on our list? LI, another, I believe, Chinese car-related company. Set up on this bullish pattern here at $37. Then today it's at $48. Just like 2 weeks ago, thing was at $23. This is another thing that has, basically doubled in an incredibly short period of time. Fuel cell. I always hated this stock. It always seemed like every time this stock would start to get some legs, it'd be like a big topping signal for things on a bigger picture. Look at this move in fuel cell. Like literally 2 weeks ago, this is a $2.50 stock. Now it's at $11.50, pre-market this morning. Just an incredible move. Couple days of price and time correction. Monstrous continuation. Plug. This plug, maybe not as extended, but also insane. This thing announced a secondary offering just a couple days ago, a few days back. I think it was after hours here on the 16th. I put on a cute little short after hours. Luckily, I got out of it pretty quickly. I was just looking for a move back to the 80 MA on what is normally bad news for a stock. The stock has completely absorbed it, given this monstrous continuation. SBE, look at this thing. $20 4 days ago, $42 today, more than 100% move. Palantir. Palantir, I forget which publication it was, but I think it was on November 6th that someone announced Palantir as their short idea of the year. Well, look at what this stock has done. Stock IPO'd, was totally stuck around this $10, $11. Now here in the course of a couple of weeks, it's testing 24. Another thing, just completely insane moves across the board, and there's definitely even more to it than just these names. Now we come into on a day like today, and we identify the pre-market high. And this is one of the benefits, by the way, of being able to have access to pre- and post-market price action. I am able to trade from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. We identified short-term shorts in almost every one of these names I just talked about versus those pre-market highs. So, sorry about that. Where's my charts? You go back to the 5-minute chart here. We could take a look at pre-market price action. Click on all, and that's going to give me the price action from 4 a.m. when the ECNs actually start trading all the way till 8 p.m. tonight. The idea this morning was, all right, the degree of extension, the degree of euphoria is absolutely insane. These things, some of them are, 10, 25, 50% yesterday, and on top of that, they're gapping up again this morning. That's a gift. That's a gift for a shorter term short. NEO happens to be the one that I have up in front of me right now. NEO actually did not flip short like I did a week ago Friday. I did exit my long position pre-market. I don't exactly remember the price, somewhere above $57. and that pre-market high up here to be short versus was 58.81. Gave a massive down move as soon as the market opened, all the way to 51.50. Right? So what is that? It's a $7 down move. Just understanding degrees of extension on daily charts, right? Let's go back to our 5-minute. Let's look at the pre-market action on a lot of these names. And look, pre-market price action. What a stock does at 4:30 in the morning, a lot of times it honestly doesn't matter. It really honestly doesn't matter. But in certain scenarios, like here, today, when the market's gone completely parabolic and euphoric, it does. So some of those other names that we talked about, right? What else? XPEV. Here's your pre-market high at $78, right? Hits that pre-market high at $7.50 this morning. It was about up there at, a little after 4 o'clock as well. This thing starts to actually consolidate into the open. You whack this thing versus that pre-market high, you're getting a move down to 62. And we'll see what this turns into. I'm actually impressed by the degree of the bounce from a lot of these names off this low. The fact that this thing was able to rally back from 63 all the way to above 74 is really impressive. We'll see how these things close. We have the backdrop of honestly, these daily charts, that's not healthy. It's not healthy for stocks to be doubling and tripling in 3 and 4 and 5 days. I mean, does anyone even know if this is a real company? I don't. Right? KNDI is another one. Has anyone ever even seen what this car looks like? This has got to be the ugliest car I've ever seen. Yet, doesn't matter, right? Stock, $8 5 trading sessions ago or whatever, almost $18 today. And this is another one on the list versus pre-market highs to come in and look for shorts, right? So you could see basically right at the open, this thing put in its opening high here at 1745, and then within 10 minutes, you're getting a move from 1745 to 1360. These ranges are incredible. You could have, if you caught the long side of the market, you make 100% for yourself. You come in, you recognize that extension, you flip short versus the pre-market highs in a lot of these names, you're getting incredible moves in really short periods of time. This Palantir is actually one of the ones that hasn't worked out because it actually really broke its pre-market high that it put in a very quick initial high at 23.30, which would be the spot to be short versus, gave you a move all the way down to negative territory at 20.60 and then went positive. Think about the percentage movements here. What does the S&P move in a typical year? 7%, right? That's the historical average, I believe, is 7%. Look at Palantir. Palantir opened up about positive 11%, basically on no new news, went negative in 15 minutes or so, and then went up 18% from negative territory. So you're looking at downside moves of over 10%, followed by 10-15% rallies. I've almost never seen this in this many names all at once in my entire career. Every once in a while you see the one-off stock that has, the really crazy day, the really crazy move, but it's just like one name after the next. Anything that's related to these electric vehicle companies is absolutely going nuts. And again, there's money to be made on both sides of the market. What was that Blink? Up 50+% yesterday? Something like that? Take a look at this one. Here's another one. After hours yesterday, it continued all the way up to 38.25. Pre-market this morning, it got to as high as 36.50. Then giving you a move all the way down to $25. So some of these names, we're coming in, we're shorting them pre-market. I shorted this Tesla, versus 550 here pre-market this morning. And that thing, within 15 minutes, gives you a move all the way back to 527. Almost went to zero on the day, almost went to unchanged from gapping up like 6%, and then rallied all the way back to that 550. Again, just shows you the degree of movement that we're seeing. And if you are a day trader or even a swing trader, this market environment is paradise. It's paradise for what we do as professional traders, but it won't last forever. It just won't. I know that it won't. It's just how markets work, right? Market environments change over time, and we just happen to be in a really exciting environment. So this morning, we come in, we're looking to sell our longs in the crazy stocks. anything more market related, we're actually talking about being bullish. Because again, technically, S&P extremely bullish right now, and then you've got these other names that have just gone completely over the top, completely nutty, that made for great shorts off the open. And now the only thing I'm preaching to my team, money management. Well, that's what I preach all day, every day, right? You got to have money management right now. Money management is the key to the business. If you had a great morning this morning because you took those shorts off their opening highs and you took those shorts versus those pre-market highs and you caught moves that were 10% to the downside in 15 minutes off the open, you made a bunch of money for yourself. Don't just stop. Make even more. Go after it. But never turn a great day into a losing day. That's where your money management comes in. Right? If you're having a really good day for yourself, we call it giving yourself a limit up down. How much of the money am I willing to, how much of the money that I have made am I willing to risk in order to potentially make more? That's the question you want to ask yourself. But you should never turn a good day into a negative day. So that is, a money management rule. Anyway, the point here is this market is insane. It's exciting, and my team and I are loving it on a day-by-day basis. And you could potentially become a part of that team. So let's move on here and let's talk about that. So T3 Trading Group is one of the largest proprietary trading firms in the United States. We have over 500 licensed professional accounts. We have offices all throughout the East Coast, remote traders all throughout the country. Even before COVID hit, probably 60% of our traders, something like that, were remote. Now, 100% of our traders are remote. I've been traveling around the entire country. We got the virtual trading floor system in place for our communication. It's been great, honestly. The communication of the virtual trading floor has almost been better, maybe even has been better than when our office was opened. T3 Trading Group is a registered SEC broker-dealer and member of FINRA SIPC. Look, I'm going to be honest. T3 Trading Group is not the only good proprietary trading company that's out there. But you got to be careful because there's a lot of other ones that are, you just want to be careful about them. And if there is a firm out there that is not requiring licensing, you got to ask yourself why. Do you really want to be at a firm trading potentially large amounts of money and have that firm be not regulated? I don't. So T3, it does require all of our traders to become licensed, which, you know what, it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, can be a little bit of a pain to, take those examinations. You got to take the SIE and the Series 57 examinations in order to become a professional trader. But we'll sponsor you for the test. We'll provide you with study materials. You also have to pass a background check in order to become a member of the firm. So, you got to get through it. But guess what? We're licensed. We're official. We're professional. This is where you want to be. You want to be in a professional environment on a professional team. Once those exams are passed, when we can get started with trading. We have 3 different trading software options: Lightspeed, Sterling Trader Pro, and Wolverine. I've been on Lightspeed for over a decade. It's a great software. Sterling Trader Pro is also excellent. I believe Wolverine is primarily used by our stat arb traders. But, up to you which one you want to be involved with. As far as asset classes go, I'm an equities trader. We have options on equities as well. We also have futures. We have options on futures. If any of that interests you, reach out to me. I'll either speak to you myself or put you in touch with the right person. And you know what? I said earlier, I've got a really strong team, and it varies dramatically in experience levels. From some people who've been trading professionally for decades, former fund managers, floor traders, pit traders, all the way down to others who have been trading for months, recent college graduates, people who have been trading maybe in a retail account for a long time but have never taken the jump to doing it on a professional basis. Join us. You're going to get access to a full program of training and development. There's a training program, there's a daily morning meeting, there's a daily afternoon meeting, it's free virtual trading floor access. We're getting the news in there in real time. We're getting the large option order flow in there in real time. It's a fantastic team, and we're going to give you the tools that are necessary for you to succeed as a professional trader. Once the examinations are passed, we'll usually put you on a demo account for a week or two. Then it's time to switch you over to the live account. you will have to fund your live account with a capital contribution. The amount that a trader wants to come in with is really for the most part up to them. What we're going to do on our end is we're going to provide buying power at 20 times the contribution for day trading and 8 times the contribution for overnight positions. Compensation is through a profit split. So if you came in with $50,000 as an example, we basically would give you access to $1 million to get your career started. And now you're trading with massive capital access, which can definitely be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it can really boost returns, but it makes it so important to have that risk management. Because if you don't have risk management in place and you load up with 20x leverage on a position and it runs against you, it's a great way to lose a lot of money in a short period of time. But the thing about the capital access is it opens you up to certain types of strategies that you would not be able to necessarily trade otherwise in a retail account. For example, I have a quantitative strategy I developed. It would not be possible without the capital access that I'm able to get from T3. And again, experienced traders as well. T3 has been around for a long time. I believe that we could be the largest and most well-capitalized proprietary trading firm in the country. If you're an experienced trader and you want to come in with $4 million for access to $80 million, well, this is the place to come. Reach out. We can set you up. We have that level of capital access for our experienced traders. And guess what? You get all this free stuff. You get access to my training program by being a trader with us. Oh, and there's retail accounts. I didn't even get into the retail accounts. You can have a retail account. You trade with E-Trade or whoever. Why trade with them when you can trade with us and you're going to get all of this access for free for your retail account on a professional system with direct market access? If you are with a commission-free broker, it probably means you don't have direct market access. They're probably selling your orders out to HFT firms, and even though it is accurate that you're not paying a commission cost, doesn't mean that you have no cost. Doesn't mean that trading is for free, because you're probably getting worse pricing on the things that you do because all these high-frequency trading robots are allowed to legally front-run your orders, which leads to worse pricing. So anyway, you get my virtual trading floor room for free. I guess that's like almost a $2,000 value. You get access to my training program for free. You get access to Scott Redler's VTF for free, Redler All Access for free. You get all this stuff just by being a member of T3 Trading Group, either as a professional trader or as a retail trader. So what are you waiting for? Reach out. Here's my email address. Look, quick weekly update this week. It's Thanksgiving week. I would expect the week to be a little bit slower. It's not. I got stocks moving 10-20% at a time. I love you guys. I love updating you every week, but I got to get back to my trading. Have a great day, everybody. Again, money management, risk management is the key to the business, and I will see everybody next Tuesday.